Do you need a minute to see what is what?
Yeah, I'm just trying to. I think I know my bottom 3.
Is it all the shit ones that you've chosen?
It's all. Is that? Ironically, it is the bottom 3 of the ones that I've put on.
Yeah.
Our chat.
I've listened to all of yours. I like yours. I don't know about yours.
That's oppositionalist.
Sorted?
Yeah, good.
Sorted
good.
in your head?
All good. All good.
Well, list, yes. Everything else.
No.
My head is a jungle.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Vinyl Resting Place podcast. I am Dapo Agiri. I am here with Charles Ricketts.
Hello.
And James Doe. We've got a little trio, a menage a trois.
Dangerous.
Yeah, no, not go again. 2 seconds in. Thank you for joining me, boys. How are we doing?
Yeah, good. Yeah, we're not bad.
Yeah, just eking my way to Christmas. Really, can't fucking work long, but it is what it is, right?
It is what it is.
Yeah.
It is what it is. We can celebrate with a Celsius.
Our new sponsor.
You're kidding me. You are kidding me.
I'm joking. Have your Spotify Wraps come out? Is that
I checked again today and it's not.
Yeah, I just heard it would be before the 6th of December.
My SoundCloud has. Bitch.
Yeah. Your top artist is some kid in his room.
Yeah. Your favourite song was rip_.mp3.
I miss you so much. I miss you.
It was actually Blanco. Fuck you.
Yeah. Yeah, who's also on Spotify? Other streaming platforms are available.
Right. Today we're doing something a little bit different. Today we are jumping into our favourite songs of 2024. So if you remember, we did our best J Hus songs, and I thought, you know what, we can expand this content. So we're going to do our best songs of the year. This has been hard to deliberate, I think, because I think you guys had some similar points. We had some similar points.
This is what's not working.
The chemistry is red right here.
You're breaking the love triangle.
Absolutely fuck all in common.
Yeah. Well, other than the Blanco album.
Yeah, that is true.
We had something in common.
We had something in common, and yeah, but that didn't make my top 5. I'm being honest.
No, that's fair.
That's fine.
That's fair enough.
Which is weird, to be fair, because I do listen to a lot of Blanco, but I don't think the individual songs are the best songs, if that makes sense. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do, and it's not his best album either.
City of God.
Yeah,
That's a great album.
which is like,
and that's arguably why he's my fucking artist of the year.
was it a good year for music?
All right, let's do it. Was it a good year for music?
No.
No, I would completely agree.
No, it just wasn't.
I had this today when I was thinking about my list again, and we were talking about it. You can look confused all you want, it's fine. But I was genuinely going back, and I was like, oh, that song's really good, and none of them were from this year. Maybe it's just a nostalgia.
Yeah. I would agree with that. Yeah, like if it's not bought from a vintage store, I don't want it. I think. Well, look, if you were to, and obviously I'm not going to because I haven't got any free time because I'm a working man. But I mean, one of you two might be able to.
Oh wow!
If you can look at
Wheeler
dealer. If you go and look at the top 50 hits of every single year from 1965. Up until now, I can guarantee that 2024 will be in the bottom 10.
100 million%.
Yeah, but then I don't think that's. Maybe I'm just like cooler than you two, and music is not just the hits; it's the best music. Do you know what I mean? I think it's actually been like a really, really good year for music. I think the artists that are not necessarily your like superstars are making quality music and churning it out at like lower level below the surface. Is my point.
No, I understand that. That's fair enough.
Correct is the word that you're looking
That's
for.
fair enough.
Correct. Say it.
That's more than fair enough.
Because
That is a validation.
I think if we go into this list, and we will do in a second, we won't be chatting shit forever. I promise. Please, I don't want to do my homework. If we go through our list, I think a lot of what we will talk about today, even though there are a few like headline acts for want of a better word, a lot of the artists we speak about are a little bit lower key or niches or stars in their own niche as opposed to global superstars, and they made some fucking bangers.
Yes.
That's actually what I was gonna say. Is the reason why I said no is because the music I've been listening to this year hasn't really been from this year, and when it has, it's been very, very mainstream from like your usual suspects.
100%.
That's why I found it difficult, because I'm sure that there's been so much good music that has come out. I just haven't heard it.
Yeah.
So an unbelievably worthy guest to be on this podcast. For
You know what? You actually two really good people to have on who just not listen to any music.
Where are the Beatles?
On his last episode, he literally said he thought this was a shit year for music, and then I came back and was like, "Oh, why don't you tell me your best songs of 2024?"
Did the same thing with me and albums.
But there we go. We're not echo chambering ourselves, right? There we go.
So what we're going to do, we're going to run through our honourable mentions first. Everyone will have 3 honourable mentions. Then we'll go through our 5 and 4s. Then we'll go around the table, do our 2s and 3s, and then we'll all finish with our favourites of the year. We'll list them out for you. You can decide at home who has the best list. Based on what we just said, probably me.
It'll be the most thought out.
Yeah. I don't know. You do prep.
I was going to say, you did loads of paragraphs.
He does that. What do you bring to the table?
Why am I here?
Every conversation I have is scripted, and I'm always trying to close some sort of deal, right? And if you're not coming prepared, you prepare to fail. There you go.
That's how the saying goes, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, funnily enough, I didn't prepare that one, so I got it wrong.
Who would like to start? Who would like to give their honourable mentions first?
Oh, Charles, go on.
I'll go. I've got 3. For my list of 8, I've got 3 honourable mentions. First one being Jungle. They released single "Let's Go Back" this year. I have liked Jungle since like their first album came out, like 2014 way, and they had a bit of resurgence last year with like Back on 74.
Yeah.
And the album they brought out, and they've just backed it up with the single.
And it's a really good single.
It's a really good
It's
single.
a really good single. It's fun, danceable music.
Fun, danceable, really easy. Her voice is great.
Yeah.
Really good tune. Really good, easy listening tune. Second to that is Why Lie with Skepta and Flo Milli. This is just like... Go on.
This was a terrible choice.
That's fine.
This was a terrible choice.
Do you know what? The sole reason actually why I've put this in... if you listen to the song, it's cut into 2, right? Mm-hmm. The second half is absolute crap. It's utter crap.
So it's the 7th best song of the year.
7th best song of the year, and 50% of it is crap.
Purely is because we've got Skepta back, right?
I know we have,
and he's flowing the same as he used to. His news tease that he's just dropped today for his new single coming out is very similar to what we're hearing in this tune.
I think Skepta's just like. I don't think he's cooked, but I just think he's completely stepping away from the music. He's just doing so much in so many other places at the moment, like with his fashion and with the mass tempo stuff as well, which I hope is him. Otherwise, I completely cooked that thing.
Which is also shit.
But like,
I think the Amy Winehouse tribute tune was better than this one. Oh, you just hate house, so you're we're not doing this. Sorry, Doe, you were making a point.
Well, I just think that Skepta hasn't released much of note. Musically recently under his own name, and I think that everyone did get a bit excited.
He did release that the 2 gassed up one that I liked, the one where the album art cover was the skinheads and it had tattooed on the back of it. 2 gassed
I
up,
never actually listened to
and everyone was like, oh, it's there was big hoo-ha because they thought it was like a anti-Semitic something because it was like a skinhead with 2 gassed up on the back. But it was supposed to be like an ode to football hooliganism culture or something. Everything was a reach. The concept was a reach. Yeah. The criticism was a reach as well, but the tune was half decent in my opinion.
And then the last one is Wizkid Kesso. So I'm not a big Afrobeats fan. I'm not a big Wizkid fan, but that tune just sort of scratches an itch, and I like it a lot.
Brain scratch. Scratch.
So that's my 3 honourables.
That's fine. Acceptable.
That's fine.
Fine. There we go.
For my honourable mentions, at the bottom is Alesis or Alesis by an artist called mk.gee, mk.gee. I don't need to mansplain that to you. I actually got put onto this artist by someone that we all know who I am keeping. She showed me one of his or their songs a while back, and I saw that they released an album, gave it a listen, and really different to all of my other selections. It's quite slow, atmospheric, deep in terms of feel of the music, thought provoking, which is obviously normally when I listen to music it's to drown the thoughts and the voices out. So, yeah, but a really nice singing voice and fantastic use of a variety of different instruments, particularly the guitar, which I like as well.
You are potentially ahead of the curve because he's just been announced as one of the BBC's Sound of 2025 longlist artists. Yeah, I think it's a bit whiny personally, like tone wise, but I get it entirely.
Can't have it all.
I also was not too much of a fan.
Yeah.
That's personal opinion.
It's a nice song.
Yeah.
All right, whiz kid.
Do it. Yeah, you're in no business.
Yeah. Could you imagine?
You've built yourself a nice big glass house, Charles, and I'm seeing your pile of stones, and I'm thinking, don't you dare. After that, it's Kneecap now. They are super relevant at the moment. So is, to kind of make a wider point, which will actually maybe give a bit of insight into what my top 2, 3, or 1 might be. But Irish culture and just Ireland at the moment is, you just, everywhere you look, like, I mean, look, I work for an Irish company who I will not name for legal reasons. Yeah, exactly. They'll probably watch this and think, is that it? He looks like he does more. You've got your Barry Keoghan's, you've got your Paul Mescal's, you've got the film about Kneecap, which I actually just watched the other day. Really good film. You've got loads of other artists, Fontaines, like all at the forefront of the global stage at the moment. And I think Kneecap have their own sound. Obviously, they're one of the only artists really with some sort of following outside of Ireland that are actually rapping in a foreign language, particularly Irish. Are they the most refined group? No, obviously not, but I think that they're a young group, they're making a statement, and that's kind of what it's all about, right? It's not about having these fancy managers and these really expensive studios. It's it's raw and it's real. And then finally, this was a bit of a toss-up for me between Flight FM by Joy Orbison, which is it's such a nothing song.
Yeah, I know, but that's what makes Joy Orbison like. It's the beauty.
He's a Palace fan, obviously up the boy. There really is nothing amazing about this song, but it does serve as like a really nice base for all of these other artists to come and remix into their songs. And I think basically from what I'd seen online or in person, any DJ set I saw had some sort of Flight FM mix in there, and there was almost like this competition as to who could mix the worst song with Flight FM and still make it bang. It was just so quintessential for this summer, and I just think that it's definitely worth a mention.
Yeah, 100%. I was supposed to see Joy Orbison at Warehouse Project, but M found it a bit too heavy, so I had to leave.
So what I'm hearing there is you pandered to a girl.
Yeah, but the opposite was the other option was going to see Chaos, so it was all right.
Yeah,
so you've never seen before.
Oh yeah, because I've not seen Joy Orbison before.
Oh, I have a Glastonbury.
Bastard. I guess I should do mine. I came with too many songs, so I will try and limit it down to 3.
Please do.
Shush.
I'm on the clock.
The first one, I'm going to say Stealth Mode by J. Cole. I think that whole Might Delete Later mixtape is elite, and it keeps aging better. It dropped in like January, February, and I still listen to it as like religiously as I did at the start of the year.
Best song off the album?
I think it might be. What do you think the best song on the album is?
HYB.
No.
Yeah,
wow.
it is.
I mean, I love that song as well, but I don't think it's like the best constructed. Also, I don't think it's J. Cole at his best, because that little British flow that he does at the start is a bit janky. Do you know what I mean?
I do like that British flow.
Of course you do, because you're a geezer.
I do.
It's the same.
I like Stealth Mode. It gets a bit though. When that bit comes in, where it's like the echoey bit.
Yeah, I like that.
See, I don't like that bit.
But are the bottles and Stealth Mode?
Yeah.
I'm at the party. I'm at the club.
It just feels a bit not creative, just a bit
cheesy,
just a bit Yankee.
I hear you.
Yeah, just a bit Yankee.
I do get that. I also like Tray the Truth in Ibiza, which is one of my most listened to songs of this year. That's the melody behind that is better, but I think, I think this is probably his best total song on the album. Then I'm gonna put Space by Kate, Kaiit. She is a Kiwi like singer-songwriter. Found her in like 2016, 2017, and fell in love with her. I remember on the podcast I said that she is our generation's like answer to Lauryn Hill. Like the sound-wise, ability to rap, ability to sing combined together. I was like, this is it. And then she proceeded to not release music for 4 years. And I was like...
Sounds Lauryn Hill. Sounds Lauryn Hill.
I was like, well, this didn't age. And then she dropped 2 songs this year. And Space was the first one. And it's unbelievable.
Nice.
It is like one of my favourite things to listen to. But I just don't think I've sat with it enough. And then last one for me, I would say... it's a toss-up between UK and US rap. I'm gonna go US. I'm gonna say All of Me, 21 Savage. Another album that I think aged really well over the course of the year, and probably my favourite tune on that album as well.
It came out pretty soon into the year, didn't
like
it?
Jab.
I remember when that came out.
Silly album. Way better than I thought he could do. But that's all right. Let's do top 5s, mate.
Nice. I'm gonna give it to The Last Dinner Party. So they had we did their album on the Mercury Prize episode, and I had listened to a little bit of them, but not a lot, and then went away and listened to sort of nothing but them for like the next like few days.
Happens.
And like they're incredible.
Yeah, they
like
are.
They're pretty incredible. It's like a 5-piece, all female. They can all play. They can all. They all contribute really nicely to that band. There's a few songs on the album that are really good. Caesar on the TV Screen is also a really good song that I was almost about to pick. But I just think The Feminine Urge is a really cool song.
Because you have so many feminine urges.
Well, yeah, this is the thing. For those that know me. No, it's just like it's a great song from start to finish. Like it progresses really well. The chorus is really catchy. It's like they're kind of showing off a little bit because of what they can do. And I urge anyone to go and listen to them that hasn't already, if you like soft rock.
Yeah.
Like, because it's really easy listening and they're just very good at what they do. So yeah, you want 4?
Yeah, give me 4 as well.
4, I would probably say, am I going to have 2 Fontaines D.C songs in my top 3? I probably am.
That's fucking insane.
Yeah, I think I might. Actually, no, let me mix it up a little bit.
Do what you need to do.
I'll give you Bug by Fontaines D.C.
Correct
as my
answer.
fourth best song of the year. One of their songs will be in my top 3. But Buck, again, Fontaines D.C, similar to what James was saying, like they're just a joke. Fontaines, they're an absolute joke of a band. Like they do that thing that Kneecap do, but a bit more mainstream.
In English.
Yeah, essentially.
But it makes sense.
With less thick Irish accents. It's just a brilliant album. It's a brilliant song.
Do you think this song is the song that if you were going to show people Fontaines D.C?
No, the other one that I picked would be.
Is why for me it's fourth best song of the year feels high.
It's
a little bit high.
It's the way that I see it, right? It's like what have I listened to more than anything else?
Yeah.
So what have I constantly gone back to and gone, I really want to listen to that again.
Yeah.
No matter if I'm on the bus to work, no matter if I'm having no matter what I'm doing, I always go back to this song.
Yeah.
I don't understand a lot of what it means. I don't understand a lot of that, but there's something about it which just has invokes a feeling.
Yeah.
And that's the only way I can describe why I like it so much.
I think what we've done is we've picked our top songs, as in the songs we've done our Spotify Wrapped of songs came out this year.
Yes.
And I think Dapo's gone for the best songs released.
These are my favourite songs of the year.
You're just more intelligent man than I then. I've just picked
and
songs that I just don't
lies
skip.
our Richard.
Yeah, exactly.
Some random
That's why there's
museum
one
shit
of
from
you
Christchurch.
and two of us.
Yeah, literally.
Bro, did you listen to the tune though?
No, I didn't.
Then
listen to
here we
No,
have
I
a
didn't listen
fucking.
to that one.
I'm gonna play it after this episode, and you're gonna be like, actually, Dapo, you're correct.
I
That is one of the best songs.
I
made
probably
this year.
will. I probably will. But for now, it is Bug by Fontaines D.C.
Fine. Can't hate it. Dowie, hit me.
So I've just done some quick recce on the old numbers, and actually, I only have 4 left. So
4 and 4.
So I could give you number 4.
So what was your number 5? Let's run it.
So yeah, out of Alesis or Alesis, Better Way to Live by Kneecap and Flight FM, I will keep Flight FM at 5.
Ooh, I thought you might go Kneecap, to be fair.
Yes, I think like Kneecap, but just the fact that Kneecap is like, not that I had to discover it myself, but I came across them, listened to a few songs, was like, oh, okay, these guys are cool. Whereas like when I think of the songs that I listened to in the summer, which was coincidentally the only 2 months I was relatively happy this year, Flight FM was pretty like consistently involved in all of those. So Flight FM 5, and then 4, I'm gonna have to go. I just see like, I think 365 is a brilliant song.
I forgot that was even in your list.
What
the fuck are we doing?
But I can't put that. I can't put that in the top 3. I don't think so.
You can't do it.
365 is going at number 4.
365. Tell me why 365.
When you're in the party.
Because babe, I'm bumping that. Like,
yeah.
I just think that like
on the track and I'm bumping that. Yeah.
It's like, it's just, again, like with Flight FM, I guess, was just on repeat. A lot of good memories I have. That was in the background. That song comes on and I'm walking, and I'm strutting my shit when that comes on. If this is how it makes me feel, then think about how it makes the actual target audience feel. Nice.
Not us. It's so not us.
I do appreciate the appeal that it has and the power that the tune has, right? But
is it a good piece of music?
Yeah,
no, not really. And that's why with
really.
365, not 360, because that like tempo change where it gets a bit like clubby, I don't know, just reminds me of like the summer sesh, which is, you know, like I said, the only time I was happy.
I get it. There's a recurring theme here. I do.
Songs that you can drink beer to. That's what it is.
I understand your point. That is probably my least favourite pick.
Yeah, it's a
at number 4 is high. No, I know it's personal. It's all subjective. But do away with
you've
that.
already broken this bridge, so it's... I back you though. I actually think it's a great pick.
It's my fucking
4 is just about right.
It's not high enough.
4 is just about right for me.
Right. Okay.
It is a bit whack.
It is. It's just I really was living Brat Summer. I was here for it, but I've said it once. I'll say it again. I think the music side of it was a bit overrated. I
would have put Girls by the Dare above this, but it actually came out like 5 years ago, so I can't. But it, like, those two in conjunction were dangerous duo, yeah.
Right. My 5, I am going to go for Bust Your Head by J.D. Cliff.
Yeah, fair enough.
Such a good song.
It's
Had a listen on the way.
It's such a good song. It's like... It's the amalgamation of, you said it first time you listened to it, block party like tracks, like it's a block party backing track with almost a drill flow over the top of it, and it scratches that itch that I never realised I even had. And like, it, as a sound, is incredibly unique, incredibly relevant, current, and I think JD Cliff is going to have a fat year next year because he's
similar to that Quang Face Joy Orbison tune. Very similar to that one.
Quang Face from the North.
How did I come this far? That could have. Oh shit! That could have been.
That's in my top 5
should we? Hi, my name is Dapo.
And then my number 4 comes with a little bit of a story time. Do you boys remember a...
No.
Shut up.
Boom. This guy stinks. brother. Do you guys remember the Saturday set of Lost Village in Airbase, where we went to see LP Sloppy Toppy?
That was the time that we tried to get him to us.
Oh, that you ignored us for 4 hours.
My phone was dead.
And then he turned up an hour after we'd already left, which was an hour after he told us he was going to be there.
Right.
Yeah.
So this isn't for you anymore.
I do.
Do you remember
LP Jibbly Jobbly?
LP Jibbly Jobbly.
You should call him LP Sloppy Toppy.
LP Sloppy Toppy.
Sorry, I heard that and was like, I don't remember that DJ.
LP Sloppy Toppy.
That's actually really disrespectful because I love the DJ, the producer, LP Jobby. We stumbled across her at Lost Village, and then she proceeded to release one of the best albums of the year for me. Like incredible euphoric house, and like the setting of it, like to find it was perfect. She was playing the keys alongside the tunes she was spinning like live, and we were like, "Who the fuck is this?"
We had a really funny moment, didn't we? Where we heard the keys, and we heard like, and we were just like, "Oh, that's a nice part of the song." And then I think I looked,
and
I
then
was like,
looked.
That's and I think she was doing a bit of singing as well,
because she's a musician.
Yeah,
she is a musician, like,
singing
above
as well.
all. And she released an album called Daughter, but it's spelled DOTR. And genuinely, if you are into that sort of music, I would recommend going to listen to that album. It is like euphoric house with big vocals. They've got Alabama Shakes as features, Jacob Banks as a feature, and my favourite tune off that album is called "Is This Love," and yeah, it's like a hug. It's one of the nicest things to listen to. So that's my number 4.
Well, I'll tell you what else happened this year that from Lost Village. Who did we see that did a live set and then she died like a month later?
Crazy P. Yeah, we saw her.
Phenomenal.
Yeah,
really good.
Yeah,
really
crazy.
good live.
Yeah.
That's mad. It's weird that you have those moments where it's just like, that's the last time anybody saw this person.
Perform, yeah.
Fuck me. 3 and 2, please, Mr. Ricketts.
3 and 2. 3, Never Ender, Tame Impala, Justice.
Really good song.
Yeah, amazing
Really
album,
song.
by the way. Just
I've not listened to the full album, you know.
please do.
Really?
It's all those things that you said about LP Jobley. I keep wanting to say the wrong thing.
Yeah, because
but
Toppy works.
yeah, Sloppy Toppy does work.
And that's a promise.
They did a Glastonbury set this year. I don't know if you want to see him when you were there.
No, I was probably face down in a bag of Jack and Jills at that point.
Drinking
So I
too
don't
much,
really,
something
sorry.
No, they're amazing. They're an amazing group, and they released this album this year. And I think Tame Impala feature on, I don't think all of them, but quite a lot of them. Because it's not a joint album, but like I think
it's like a heavily influenced album.
Yeah, Kevin Parker's all over that shit.
Yeah,
so if you
and it sounds like Tame Impala. It sounds more like Tame Impala. This song Never Ender sounds more like Tame Impala than it does Justice.
Yeah, it has those really echoey, euphoric elements that Tame Impala just seem to like invoke, I guess, and just like with ease they can just like bring that into a song, and also sort of like mixed up with like a pretty nice bass line. And like just like in general, like just like a really good, like I wouldn't call it a house tune. It's like just like an electronic tune.
Yeah.
But really, really cool. If anyone hasn't listened to that album, I would highly recommend because it's incredible. They're an incredible band, but like it's an incredible album. Do you want 2 or just 3?
2, please.
2 is from my favourite UK rapper. It's Blanco.
Boy. Yeah,
It's
boy.
Blanco.
I think we might have the same number 1 here, Charles.
Well, we do have the same number 1 because it's the best song when it came out, the first time I heard it, it was the best song of the year. And every time I've heard it since, it's still the best song of the year. So, but second to that, Blanco. So we were having this conversation maybe a year ago, and we were doing top 5 UK rappers, and I remember putting Blanco in my top 5. I remember you turn around to me.
Too soon.
The song is Brilliant Mind 2 with Nems.
Banger.
So I think it got released a single before it was on the album, so it might be slightly cheating.
I think it was still released this year.
It was still released this year. That's good. Nems is great. Blanco's even better.
Blanco is my top artist of the year, like most listened to,
because he's absolutely unbelievable.
He doesn't miss.
I'm pretty sure the last time I listened to Blanco properly before 18 months ago was like back in Solomon Rondon days. Do you remember that tune?
Jesus.
And I just
a lot's changed his name.
With double D, Don Don, light and dark like Solomon Rondon. Don't copyright that.
He does a lot of.
But the man has changed.
He's
so
grown
much.
up. He's elevated.
So much.
Elevated.
He's still doing the football bars though, which is like they're so hard.
It's football bars, anime references, and pop culture. That is it. TV
and just
shows
like a wicked flow as well.
Yeah, he's cold.
Just like he's really good. His production's gotten like seriously better.
His beat selection is great.
His beat selection is amazing. His features add to the song rather than taking away from it. And this one proves that entirely with Nems.
Jump genres. Yeah, he
can do follows on amazingly from Brilliant Mind. The first one, just in general, an incredible album to back up the last one, which was also an incredible album.
Let Me Go is in my long list. To be fair,
it's just that's also a great
Ponzi
song.
Scheme could have also been in
Londis.
there. Londis could have
Londis is an unbelievable tune.
I remember actually messaging the Us Boys group chat like earlier on in the year, being like, "This Blanco kid's got some fucking bangers." And everyone was like, "Where have you been?"
It's unbelievable. So yeah, that's my number 2. Brilliant Mind 2. Blanco featuring Nems.
Strong, to be fair.
Very
really strong.
Can be agreed. Dowie, hit me.
I've kind of like ignored the UK quite a lot now. Number 2 for me. 3 and 2 are actually they're on par. I wouldn't really be able to pick. I think if you're looking at the whole album, Red Rum 21 Savage, that album, banger. Lots of very, very, very good songs on that album.
It's a strong 21 album.
I just think,
it's his best album.
Well, yeah, I think like he's had a few collaborative projects with like Metro Booming, etc. That have been really, really good. But I think his actual solo release, like, there have been a few stinkers in there. I think you be considered at the top of your game if like your best songs are on a collaborative album with other people. I think that you have to get to a point to be able to get there, right? Yeah. But like if you're being carried by these, anyway, no questions asked. Like, very, very good song. I just think that he's you know, as your point saying, you think that Skepta was back. I'm not saying 21 kind of left, but I think 21 is back basically off the back of that. And then kind of I think that actually the album would take him into number 2, but just the song on its own would be number 3. At number 2 for me is Like That by Future and the man himself, Metro Boomin, and the man himself, Kendrick. Obviously super relevant at the moment with all the Drake beef stuff, which I literally thought was last year. That's how long 2024 has been.
That's this year.
Yeah, I know. It's just been such a long year. I was like, oh, that was like last year, obviously.
Was Rich Baby Daddy this year?
I think so.
Was Rich Baby Daddy this year?
I wouldn't know.
I think so.
If so, then it has been a long year.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a long year.
That was close to being in my
top. No, it wasn't. It was last year.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
That
was a real sobering thought then. But yeah, like, Future just cannot make a bad song. I don't think that he's like the most musically gifted and talented person, but every song that he drops does just slap. Whether it's good music or not is a conversation for another day. And obviously he's just like the king of toxicity as well. Like, she belongs to the streets. And then obviously Kendrick, right? That, like, you were saying that the Skepta song is a song of two halves.
Yeah.
This song of two halves, both halves slap.
Yeah.
The Kendrick verse is wildly different to the Future verse. Both, even if they were their own songs, would bang, but together it's just like that take up from, you know, talking about shagging women, or women, should I say, just that change.
Sorry, or
the same thing that I've just said already. So.
No, I was like, I don't want to just like, I can't say shagging women, can I? Can do it though.
Yay!
No, I can't. So yeah, Future's got his quintessential verses, and Kendrick comes in with some actual lyrics and bars, and it's just an all round banger. Walking to work in the dark now, get that in your ears and you're ready to like open your laptop and be a cold-blooded killer on Slack. But yeah, still the corporate version.
So I've just done an episode, slight tangent, and we ranked our top US rappers, top 5.
Okay. After
the whole beef thing, and even if your answer is not one of the big 3, who is like the best US rapper now? Like, is there a definitive answer at the moment? Like, is there an answer that comes to mind?
It's not Drake.
I mean, it's obviously not Drake.
No, I don't think it is Drake.
Oh God.
Sorry to put you on the spot.
This is really tough
because I've listened to bits and pieces of the Kendrick album, and I was a bit bored.
Boom.
I was left wanting a little bit more. It all sounds a bit not like Hussy, and it's just like.
But I think that's the point of it.
He does the same like at the start of every song, and it's just like, we get it. Like, you can do a fucking ad lib. I would probably, I'd say probably J. Cole. I would probably give it to J. Cole.
Fairs?
I might
Give it to Future.
go. Oh hell! I might go 21 slightly. I think that like if you think about over the last, I'm trying to think now. When was like first year of uni?
2016.
Jesus.
Yeah,
So
word.
in the last 8 years, in the last 8 years, I have been listening to his music, and I think that if you're not just going off this year, like whether it's a collaborative project or not, like the man has produced some unbelievable music and is still continuing to do so. Is that because I haven't listened to much current US hip hop at the moment? Maybe, but I think like 21 for his longevity and like has always been in that top 6 or 7 discussion. I think that like
That's such a Palace fan fucking answer. Oh, they're around about Europa League places, so like they're the best.
Ipswich beat us 1-0.
No,
they're a good outfit. Yeah.
No, I do think it's actually a valid take. I landed on Kendrick in the end, but I don't hate either of your shots. To be fair, I was just curious.
No, nice.
My 2 and 3. So my 3 is by Berwin, British Trinidadian,
Trinidadian.
British Trinidadian, from Trinidad.
Fuck off.
Trinidaddy.
Trinidad.
Women are women.
Sorry.
Trinidad.
Oh god. British rapper from Trinidad, and
Nice.
and he released one of the best albums, like conceptually for me this year, Who Am I? And this is the titular track from that album, and it's all about how he deals with and contextualizes being an immigrant in the UK. So like he came over when he was 9, didn't have papers. There's like a big skit poem in the middle of it where it's basically called Dear Immigration. Is my thought.
Do you know what I mean?
No, that is my thought.
No, I know, I'm joking.
Heard it. Cold.
Interlude.
Why did I invite them? But this tune, Who Am I, is actually like a banger as well. Like if you like, look into
It's a really good song.
It is
a really good song.
Like the lyrics they have their meaning and blah blah blah, but like just sonically to listen to it fucking slaps. The little rap bit that he does at the end, that's like a cappella. I want like 2 more verses of that and then the song ends, and I'm like, well, I'm gonna have to play this song again. Cold. Second for me is by another one of my top artists of the year. Where's your Spotify Wrapped? Huh? You don't know, do you? SoundCloud for the win, baby.
Please sponsor me.
I'll get it tattooed on my forehead.
Can't believe that guy did that.
It's Elmiene featuring Leon Thomas, Sweetness, and I've been in my R&B bag as the nights roll in, because this is what the R&B is meant for: cold nights and cuddling. But I'm violently single.
It is cold, I'll give you that.
It is freezing out of them streets.
Yeah, it's freezing.
It is tough, but this is like perfect R&B for me. But Elmiene's vocals are immaculate. Like he's one of the best singers I've ever seen live. He showed up SZA and Snow Allegra when I saw him at British Summertime, like easily the best performer of the day, and he was on about like 2:00 in the afternoon. Then he kind of started to blow. Did a Tiny Desk that has been called one of the best ever.
Really?
One of the best ever. And this is not hyperbole and me just being like, oh, I'm trendy to. The guy is shot into major prominence, and he's 23 from fucking East London, and he just is a chatty lad but has the voice of an angel. Couple that with Leon Thomas, who I think is now the best R&B artist going right now. It's perfect, and they do this really nice thing. Leon Thomas does it a lot, where he they don't have like halves of a song. You know how you were saying with like the Like That, or with the Skepta song. Like it's almost like they mirror each other, so they both do the same verse just at different points of the song. So like you can see how they both play around. You can see how they both play around with the lyrics and play around with the sound of it. And mate, I listen to it non-stop. It's like butter. Right. are we all confident with our number one songs? Because what we're saying, I know this is all subjective, I get it, but we are saying that this is the best song released this year. Are we happy with what we're going to say?
Yes.
I would say without hesitation, even making the list, like, and thinking about all the other tunes that come out this year, it just is.
I hate the fact that you've got the same one. Because that means you automatically fucking win.
Oh, it was a competition.
It's always a competition.
It's always been.
We didn't even talk about it beforehand.
No,
and I didn't even
You didn't even know he was going to be here.
Didn't even know who it was.
James Joe. We might as well. It's Starburster by Fontaines D.C. That is the best song of the year. It's the best song of the year for a lot of reasons, but the main one being it has my favourite lyric, my favourite line,
which is
I'm the pig on the Chinese calendar.
Oh yeah,
that's my favourite line.
Bit underwhelming.
I'm the pig on the Chinese calendar.
Good.
Yeah, fair.
I just think like it mars together like rap, rock, indie, just like a multitude of genres all in one to create this sound that I've never fucking heard before. I've never heard an album or a band that does the sort of music that these guys do, and to lead with that song, right? Like I know I Love You came out before and the album before, but in terms of with this album, to lead with that song on like your follow-up album is just like insanity.
Yeah, how are you gonna top?
How are you gonna top that? It's like nothing I've ever. It's like my ears every time I hear it, even now, like I don't. It's like my ears don't know what's happening to them. You know. And that's why I like it so much.
I get that. I don't know. A lot of the songs that I listen to at the moment, I'm like such an automated guy where I will just put all the songs I like into a playlist and put shuffle on and just go. I won't like actively pick out a song. And a good song comes on and I'm like, I get excited, right? This comes on and you hear the little do 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 at the beginning, and I'm literally like tingling's a bit too far, but like I am literally like yes, like
I'm the same as you. I don't have that feeling with other songs.
No, like it, and like I would never ever skip it, no matter how many. Even if the song ended and by some weird default it just played again, I would just listen to it.
You know when it does the raps and it's like, this is the song you listen to the most on this day.
Yeah.
It will be this song the first day that I listen to it.
Yeah.
Like shamelessly.
Yeah. It's a really good song.
It's a really good song by a really good fucking band. And you just really hate the fact that we like it so much.
They're not underground enough for you, Dapo. That's
they're not from New Zealand.
You will listen to this song and you'll be like, it's bang on right, first of all. Second of all, I don't disagree with you.
Okay.
It is an unbelievable piece of music. It's just insane.
It's insanity.
It's nice to have something like you both mentioned that you can't relate to other songs. Like there's not something that gives you that same feeling. And I wouldn't say it's up there for me because like I think it was a newer find for me, and I'm still, my jury's still out on Fontaines D.C. as a whole. But this song fucking slaps. It is unreal, and I have no notes, no shit to talk, no complaints. The only thing that I will say is the song that I've chosen is better.
Fair enough.
There's always a but.
There's always a but.
I do find it quite funny we picked this. I'm not surprised.
I think it's insane that you picked this.
I'm not. Doesn't surprise me.
No, I think that when we first started listening to, when you first started listening to, you messaged me like, "Have you heard these guys?" And I was literally like, I was just thinking the same thing. Have you heard these guys?
Yeah, I sent it to you.
Do you two want to get a room?
We would like to. It's been a while actually.
We've got
it's
one.
been quite a long time. No, I remember sending it to you, knowing full well that you'd probably already heard it.
Yeah.
But like me, hadn't heard it enough to fully comprehend what the fuck was happening. You have listened to it. As
soon as I heard it, it went straight into my playlist. Like it's a beat.
I don't even know what genre I put it in.
It actually goes in my chill playlist because it's something that I can listen to constantly. Like it's not
really.
How interesting is that? That's gone into your chill. It would never go into my chill playlist.
Do you guys ever listen to a song? This is a really weird and off-topic question, but do you ever listen to a song and think how this would work in a film?
Yes, all the time. All the time.
When Starburster is playing, it's like the end of Green Street Hooligans, where he's lying on the floor, and he's like bleeding out and he's being like choked or punched out
Yeah.
in slow motion. That's what that song is for me.
Yeah.
That's a really good
Chill.
No, but so my chill playlist isn't
Should we
necessarily
chill?
just like R&B and like lo-fi.
Mm.
It's just things that I can unwind to.
Yeah.
And that's like, it's something that I enjoy.
It's a very melodic song.
Exactly.
So I do understand
Yeah,
where you're
yeah,
coming from.
100%.
I will use that to like pump myself up.
Yeah, but then sometimes my chill
But then
playlist
also
goes
I
on
would
the
use
gym.
that to, yeah, I
know what I mean?
kind of
Like
do
me
hear what you're- it's
walking
rhythmic.
in the cold to work,
Yeah,
in
it's
slow
very
mo,
rhythmic song.
smoking a cig,
Yeah.
all my stresses and worries just playing in the background, and then roll credits.
Before we roll credits, I'm gonna give
Sorry.
you my favourite
Yes.
song of the year.
And
even
that's all we've
though
got time
it's
for
a-
today, guys. So unfortunately, we're going to have to wrap it up right there.
Dickhead. My favourite song of the year, similar to you both, was very, very like easy for me. This wasn't like a decision that I had to make. We spoke about this artist in the Mercury Prize episode that you did, Corto Alto, but it's not from the album, it's from the remixes because I'm fucking edgy. But
Charlie XX can't release a remix album.
she can, it's just not going to be my favourite song of the year. Bakey did a remix of Latency, and it is everything that I love about music. Like, it's obviously Corto Alto is a jazz musician or a jazz artist, but like you said on the episode, a lot of electronic elements and electronic like hints in it. With the remixes, they really lean into that. This is a jazz song that 30 seconds in becomes a dub beat, and then you're there being like, am I gonna go to a rave?
Yeah.
Like, am I gonna go to a rave? And I can only imagine what hearing this tune on a night out would actually be like, because the horns are as crisp and clear as they are on the original album, but then you've got the little wibble wobbles behind you, and it's just like I was saying to you, I have gotten like back into my rave era, and like I'm in this space where I enjoy, like, I don't know, that release that music gives me.
Yeah.
This is like the refined version of that. This isn't like the crazy, just like cathartic, get everything out. This is, okay, I can listen to this in small doses, but I could also like you do with Starburster, just stick it on and let it loop around, and it's like cleaning music or cooking music.
Get your fix in without the come down.
Oh, exactly. That there's no negative side to it.
No risk.
But it's. I've been saying for a little while that Bakey's one of my favourite producers, and this is the reason why. Like, obviously, the stuff that he does with Capo Lee and stuff like that is great, but this tune is fucking biblical. But unfortunately, the best song of this year is Starburster, Fontaines D.C. Thank you so much for listening. Boys, thank you so much for being here. I do have a little announcement. The reason why we've gone for songs and we started to ease this into your content, we are going to be starting vinyl resting playlists. So we are going to be sharing with you our favourite songs for different genres across the span of music. So you can enjoy and actually listen to the shit that we're talking about, not just our silly little voices. So be sure to look out for vinyl resting playlists on Spotify and SoundCloud, as it should be. Sponsor me.
Deezer.
I'm a big Tidal boy. Apple Music and other platforms are available. Like us on all socials, subscribe on YouTube, comment, all of that good stuff, and we will catch you very soon for another episode of Vinyl Resting Place. Peace.